Okay, so I am live, and this time I'm going through StreamYard, so you won't get any of that craziness at the beginning of the videos that I have been having trouble with trying to stream through Zoom. StreamYard is definitely much easier. And so, hello, my name is Cindy, and welcome to my channel. And my background right now is a hike that we went to in the White Mountains. So this is what you can do in StreamYard. You can change the background and make it a virtual background of any picture you want, which is kind of fun. So on StreamYard, you can also record, and you could record a video ahead of time, and then you could edit it, and then you could put it up on YouTube. So I am on YouTube right now. I am working on a lot of things, as you may know if you follow my information. I'm trying to make more videos on my channel because I would like to increase my subscribers to 1,000. I've kind of been working on this for a while. And I went to doing some math videos to kind of tell people about my math tutoring business. And I have been enjoying tutoring this summer so far, and it's been a great time. And I would really love to have more students. So if you are thinking about it, please give me a call. Or you can message below this video. You can send me a message to my email account, normancindy13@gmail.com. If you know someone who needs some math help, send my name along. I'd really appreciate it. And so, but today I'm going to talk about the hiking trip that we went on and some tools that might be good if you go on a hiking trip. So I haven't really been on a lot of hiking trips. My husband has been interested in doing more mountain climbing, and he had a few different issues with, I think he had a problem with his foot or something. And we had booked this vacation last week, months in advance, and we knew that we were going on this trip, and we were hoping to do some hiking, but of course in New Hampshire you never know what the weather's going to be like. And the first week of June was amazing. We had the greatest weather. I got a suntan. I got a tan like as if I had gone to Florida. I actually got sunburn, and I got a few blisters. So it was unbelievable. We couldn't have planned better weather. And as you can see, this is a waterfall. I would say that the water table was a little low. The waterfalls are probably more full, than they were this past week, but it was still gorgeous. As you can see, there's greenery. There were a lot of flowers. The birds were flying around. It was just a really wonderful weather. For the week was just amazing. So we had a great time, and I wanted to share with you a few things that are important if you're going to take a hike. So one of the things that I got months ago, maybe even a year ago or so, was I got these really awesome shoes. These are called Hoka brand. And my husband, he had gone on some hikes, and he saw that a lot of the people, I guess women maybe, he doesn't really have a Hoka brand of boots, but he saw that these were very popular. They have really good tread. He took me down, and we got a pair, and they've actually been in the box. I wore them a couple of times, but I knew that we were going to go on some hikes, so I figured I would pull them out and bring them with me. So they're practically new. Like I said, I wore them a couple of times, and I wanted to save them for hiking. I do have another pair of this brand that are black, and I use them at school, and I use them for my food service job that I do periodically. And they work pretty well, but I wasn't really positive that they were going to be all that when I actually went on the trip. But they were really amazing. And I believe that I heard about them through Kelly Tag, who's my friend on YouTube. She said she had gone to New York City, and she needed a really good pair of shoes because she has problems with her feet. And I have to tell you that they were great. They did not disappoint. And in New Hampshire, you don't, like I said, you don't know if the weather's going to be rainy or damp or whatever. And there are a lot of rocks. So it's important that you have a tread that is going to grab and not, that you're not going to fall. So I would totally recommend having a good pair of hiking shoes. And these were excellent. I guess people that hike a lot, they will get, say, a new pair every year. I usually tend to keep my shoes a little longer than a year, but if you're doing tons of hiking, that might be more frequent, getting more frequent of. This is my map. I got this at Polly's Pancakes, which I mentioned in one of my videos that we went to. I thought it might be fun to just kind of look over the map. I was born and raised in New Hampshire, and I've never really gone into the mountains that much. And going up there this past week was it was really nice. And I would like to go back. Another thing that I would recommend is a backpack. This one has a water bladder in it. You can fill that with water, or you could bring your own water bottles. It has like a little straw thing on it. So you can, I think that's kind of a little bit weird, but I didn't really drink a lot while I'm hiking, but you definitely want to be careful not to be dehydrated. So bringing water is important, bringing some kind of protein, having a little bit of a backpack, maybe have a raincoat in there, a couple snacks. I think there's actually a couple snacks in here right now. Sometimes my grandkids will use this backpack, but this one is mine. My husband also has, oh yeah, he has some protein. He also has his own backpack with a compass and some first aid stuff. I also wanted to show you, I'm going to share my screen. This is something I just figured out. I have my iPad over here, and I want to show some photo of another tool that we need. So, do you like hiking? A lot of people that watch my videos are from all over the country. And if you like hiking, just let me know. I would love to hear where you hike. I know that there's a friend of mine that I connected with, and she lives in California. And while I was hiking in New Hampshire, she was hiking in California and seeing some really great sights. So this is another thing that I wanted to share with you. I'm going to, oh, I know what it was. I'm going to share my screen, and on StreamYard you can share a window with a video. So that's what I'm going to do. I was thinking I'm sharing from my iPad, but I'm not. I'm sharing from my computer so I can show you this video. All right, now this is my husband. He is actually hiking with poles, okay? This is another tool that I would recommend, is that you would use these poles. I don't have them with me. I believe they're in his car, but I have a set and he has a set. And these poles are great for balance. I'm just gonna, okay. They're great for balance, and they're great for when you're going uphill, you can kind of, gauge where you're going. When you're going downhill, it helps with your knees and your ankles. And I would totally recommend those poles. They're adjustable. So you can kind of make them fit yourself, and you hold them out. You want them to be straight out, like I guess 90-degree angle from your arm to the pole. And those poles are amazing. I have done hikes before. When I got those poles, I was like, yeah, I love these poles, and I'll hike with them every time. They just really help you with your balance. Maybe I need them more now that I'm older. But as you see people going up and down the mountains or through the trails, some people have them, some people don't. When I've been, in my younger years, usually we would try to grab a walking stick, find a stick in the wild somewhere, and that's our walking stick. But these poles are really great. They're very sturdy. And like I said, when you're going through, like, say, a water area, some of these, there's like a larger cross of a river or something. You can kind of use the poles to test the rocks to see if they move. And they're just really helpful. So I would recommend the shoes, recommend the poles. And when I've been hiking, I've seen a lot of hikers with some skimpy clothing. I would not recommend that. I would recommend that you wear a light pair of pants. My husband has a pair of pants that you can zip off the bottom part of the pants. So if you do get to water, you can kind of zip that part off and wade in the water. My first time that we did a hike on vacation, I walked with shorts and a short sleeve shirt. The next time I went out, I wore a light pair of pants, just very light, kind of like a windbreaker type pants, and short sleeves, maybe like a windbreaker, because the bugs are pretty bad. I got a nice suntan, but those bugs were horrible. Like, when we were hiking, the first hike we took, there were so many bugs, they were getting in my eyeballs. They were just like flying right into my eyes. So I would also recommend some bug spray. um, but the second time I was a little more prepared and the bugs didn't bother me as much. So I would recommend some hiking clothing that, just because it's hot doesn't mean you want to, be too skimpy, because the bugs have more skin to bite. Spray on some bug spray. That will really help too. So, okay, so we have the shoes, we have water, bring water, no matter what the hike is. Now, the second hike we went to Arethusa Falls. My husband had been there before. He's like, "Oh, it's not a bad hike at all." And we were surprised because it was a little more than he remembered. So, even if you think it's a short hike, make sure you bring some water and a snack, maybe more than that, just in case. Bring a windbreaker, bring your backpack, and make sure that you have your clothing to cover yourself. Now, if you wear the pants, like the windbreaker pants, I did have shorts underneath just in case I got too hot, and then I could take them off and just put them in my backpack. It's not going to hurt to have a little too much. And if you carry a few things extra in your backpack, it's better to be prepared, right? And the mountains are beautiful, but they're also very, very dangerous if you're not careful. So be very careful. And the scenes were gorgeous. It was just really awesome. And the fun thing about hiking too is you meet a lot of really awesome people. We had seen people, we saw a whole family. They looked like they were from India. They had an accent and they were asking us some questions about the trail. And I didn't really ask them where they were from, but they did have an accent. So I assume that they were fresh from India. We see a lot of people from Asian countries as well. And I'm not sure what their story is, but it looks, by the look on their face, it seems like they're very much in awe of the beauty of New Hampshire. So that's really awesome. And you also see a lot of older people that are trying to climb the 48. There's a group on Facebook even that a lot of the climbers go to, and they are trying to climb, the 48 4,000 footers in the White Mountains. And that's kind of a little bit of a club type of thing, people that are trying to make this accomplishment. I kind of wish I had done this with my kids years ago. I wish I had taken them up some of these trails. Um, So let's see what else. Oh, and I just wanted to share this story. We also went to, when we were on our way to Polly's Pancakes, we were driving and my husband saw this couple that were hitchhiking, which isn't very common, but he thought maybe they were hikers. So we stopped and we picked them up. The guy was very older, very much older. So I don't know their story as far as why they were hitchhiking, but that was their home. That was where they lived. They were couple generations that they had lived in that location. And we took them to the nearest town. And the stories were really awesome. Like we talked to them, and I wish I could have made a video, but I thought that might have been rude. But it was really another northern New Hampshire experience. It was really awesome. So at first I was a little nervous, but I was glad we picked them up and gave them a ride. So that was really fun. So I'm really excited to share this information with you and things that I learned in my hike during vacation. And I'm glad to my husband for taking me, even though I was a little nervous about it because I've had problems with my leg. And I think that doing the hiking actually helped me. So I think I need to get more exercise. I need to get back out. During 2020, I was walking like every single day, 10,000 steps. I was in really good shape. And I kind of got discouraged, with just life in general. So I think it's time to get back to getting into shape and getting back into taking walks. And I think that will help me overall in many ways. But I also wanted to share that, you can see from my YouTube channel that I'm doing a math tutoring business and I'm really excited about it. And, I was telling you that I got these shoes months ago, and I was really glad that my husband paid the money. He paid the money for the shoes, and they really did sit in a box. I used them a couple times, but they were in the box waiting for the right time. And when I had them to climb these mountains, they made all the difference. So I was really glad that we spent the money and that I had the tools that I needed when the time came. So same thing with tutoring, if you have a student that needs some help and you pay a little money, you get the little bit of help that your student needs. And when the time comes, your student is going to feel confident and they're going to feel good about it. And their life is going to be so much better because math is something that we all use at one time or another, whether it's in school or whether we're starting a business or whatever the case may be, we're going to use math in some capacity. And we can build confidence in our students by giving them the right tools. So if you're interested in a free consult, well, actually, I've changed my consultation price. It's not going to be free. It's going to be $20 consultation. And I can send you a calendar of my available times for a consultation or a lesson. And you can book one lesson at a time if you want. You could try one lesson and see how it goes. And if you want to continue booking with me, we can talk about, a schedule. So I hope that you check it out, Can Do Math Tutoring. I hope if you're going on hikes that you make sure you have the right supplies and things that you need for the event. And if you have a comment about this video, please go ahead and comment below because the more comments you make and the thumbs up that you give, you can help my channel grow. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.